Well, today we have a special treat for you. Steve Owens, our studio grounds manager, has been hard at work on a new addition here at the studio gardens. And one of the parts of that addition is this wonderful flagstone walk. And Steve, this looks like you just came out and laid some rocks down, but actually it's a lot more complicated than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Brenda. It does look like they're just laying on the surface here, but actually quite a bit of work went into this. First, we laid out our pathway. Then we sprayed the Bermuda with Roundup to make sure it was completely killed out. Then we excavated down about 8 inches, and we came in with about 3 or 4 inches of crushed limestone and poured that over the bottom of the excavated area. Then we came in and we rolled that with a heavy roller to make sure it was firmed down real good. Then we came in and added about 2 inches of fine sand on top of that and rolled that as well.
Okay, so that kind of gives you a good base to work on then.
Yeah, the sand helps because it gives you a little bit of room to maneuver the rocks a little to get the different thicknesses where the top will be level for walking.
Okay, well, as you look at this, it looks a lot like a large jigsaw puzzle. And of course, when you get the rock, they're not all the size that you need. What do you do? How do you get the rocks the size that you want them?
I learned this masonry technique where you can get the rocks to break where you want them to break most of the time. And what you do, you just picture a line across there, say we wanted to break it right there, and you just tap on it across that line.
And you actually do this fairly gently.
Yeah, I start out tapping gently, and then if the rock doesn't break immediately, or after a little while, I come back and I start hitting it a little harder. And the longer you take, the more often it's going to break right along the line. Because if you get real impatient with it and you just start wailing on it, it's liable to crack where you don't want it to. So it kind of takes a little patience, but if you keep the constant pressure up, it'll about 90% of the time break right where you're hammering it. It just takes a little while to crack all the way through the rock.
So it takes just a little bit of patience here.
Yeah. But that ensures that you get, there you go, you get a correct break. See, right down where we were tapping on it.
Just exactly where you wanted it. Well, these fit together very nicely, and you've got some gaps here. What did you use to fill in between the rocks with?
We went with a small pea gravel, and the way we did that, after we had these all fit together the way we wanted them, we just came back and poured the gravel in the cracks, and just come by with a brush or a whisk broom, and just swoop that into the cracks.
Okay. Well, it fills in very nicely. It looks good. And it also makes it more stable when you get the rock in there.
That's right. It gives it a lot stronger footing.
Okay. Well, Steve, this looks very beautiful, and you got just a little bit left here. Now, we would like to take some time and say thank you to Hackett Stone because they donated the stone for this pathway.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.